Denver police now looking for a murder suspect considered armed and dangerous. It's one of our top stories on CBSN Denver tonight. 37-year-old Gregory Stapleton wanted for first-degree murder connected to a homicide, they say, that happened September 8th near St. Elizabeth's Church on the Auraria campus. Police believe this man could be in Houston, Texas. There's a $2,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
So that was, a year ago. They actually just arrested this man. That's why this is news. 2 men accused of trying to run over an officer on the Auraria campus. Okay, so I got several articles here that's about this guy. Apparently, this guy had beat a felony menacing charge. He'd actually gone through the criminal justice system of Colorado before, and there was another argument and another stabbing, I think. And they said it was felony menacing. They took it to court, and then he was able to beat the charges. But then he's homeless. They say he's transient, so he's homeless. Is Gregory Stapleton Jr. He's wanted for the September stabbing death of Richard Ford III. This is a 2020 article, so this is, a year and 3 months ago, and they're talking about something that happened a year and a half ago. The Denver Police Department said Wednesday that investigators believe Stapleton, 37, might be hiding out in the Houston area. He's facing a charge of first-degree murder. A stabbing death, too. Stabbing happened on September 8th at the St. Elizabeth's Church on the Auraria campus at 11:45 a.m. Stapleton and Ford were both 36 years of age. They were involved in a physical altercation while the two were in the lunch line at the church before the stabbing. Now, they made it sound like there was an argument about cutting in line when they were getting socks. That's just, motherfuckers are just fucking pricks, right? We got 20 socks. You better get in line like this, like that. And then what do you do when somebody cuts in line? Somebody has to enforce that. You just, jump in front of them and keep jumping until everybody's getting shoved over. And so, was this person being threatened? There seems to be, people are kind of making a mockery of the whole thing, right? Just laughing. But if he felt threatened, he has a right to defend himself. Ford was taken to a hospital but died from his injuries. Now, stabbing, right? You stab once or twice to get him to back up, but I guess if they keep coming. But if, he's got a right to defend himself. So we'll see what happens. He's got a lot of different looks. It looks like he shaves his mustache sometimes. Sometimes he grows his beard out. And then you have, so whatever. That's, he's been captured. So that's, let's see. Stapleton was known to be transient. He was considered armed and dangerous. $2,000 reward. All right, that's enough. That was 9news.com. So thank you, 9news.com, for not putting up a paywall. You had, the fucking Gazette or something? Denver News. It's like, oh, we're not going to let you know what happened a year ago unless you pay us money. Oh, really? Really, 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 really? Really? Really, really? Here's denverda.org. Denver prosecutors with the Denver DA's office announced that Gregory Stapleton, now age 38, has been charged with the September 2020 murder of Mr. Richard Ford, who was 36 years old at the time of his death. Just before noon on September 8th, 2020, witnesses reported that a man was down and in need of assistance near the Auraria Higher Education Center at 1155 St. Francis Way in Denver. Victim Richard Ford suffered from a blunt force injury to his torso, taken to Denver Health Medical Center where he died. Witnesses reported that the two men were arguing about one of the men cutting in line to get a pair of free socks. So they weren't in line to get a pair of free socks. They were in line to get some lunch. So this guy is seeing him and, he's in line at socks. He's in line at the free lunch thing. So they're seeing each other all the time. A warrant for Stapleton's arrest was approved a few days later. I'm sure it wasn't about them just cutting in line, because that's like, if you get in front of, I bet you there's a threat to his person. Hey, man, you can't cut in line, bro. And you can't cut in line. First come, first serve. So that is bullshit. Somebody just, jumping in front of, and then as a society, we should all, say, get the hell out of here to the person, to a line jumper, a line cutter. I don't think so. Get the hell out of here. But that's if any of that's okay. So his warrant for his arrest was approved a few days later. He remained at large until late January 2022. Gregory Stapleton Jr. is charged with 2 counts of murder in the first degree and 1 count of aggravated robbery. They're saying F1 and F3. Oh, felony 1, felony 3. So 3rd degree felony, 1st degree felony. 2 counts of murder in the 1st degree, big ones, and then a 3rd degree felony of aggravated robbery. What's the aggravated robbery part? He will appear next in court March 4th, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. Denver District Courtroom 5F. His case number is 22CR000607. The filing of a criminal charge is merely a formal accusation. Okay, so one more article here. This is right after the murder. So Gregory Stapleton Jr. wanted, Denver.cbslocal.com, wanted in deadly stabbing at Catholic Church in Denver by Anika Padilla, October 9th, 2020, 4:41 p.m. The Denver Police Department is asking for help finding the suspect in a deadly stabbing at a church in Denver. Gregory Stapleton Jr., 37, is wanted for first-degree murder. Police say he should be considered armed and dangerous. Police say the victim, identified as Richard Ford III, 36, was stabbed near the lunch line at the church on September 8th. He died at the hospital. St. Elizabeth's Church is located on the Auraria campus. Stapleton is known to be transient, living in the Denver metro area. And anyone with information on Stapleton's whereabouts is asked to call Metro Denver Crime Stoppers immediately. It does look like he's got like a wallet. There's a picture where he's got like a wallet in his hands. So call Metro Denver Crime Stopper 720-913-7867 or 720-913-STOP to be eligible for the award and to remain anonymous. Tipsters must call the tip line. Crime Stoppers collects information on unsolved crimes or individuals wanted by the police. Callers can remain anonymous. The tip line is answered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So there's some information about the murder. R.I.P. to Richard Ford III. If it was unjustified, I hope he gets some justice. If it was unjustified or not justified, whatever. I hope it all works out the way it's supposed to work out. If it's a murder, then he deserves to go to jail. If he was defending himself, then, they got to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. They got to prove it to a jury of at least 12 beyond a reasonable doubt. So if they're able to get that conviction, you'd like to think that that's a good conviction. You'd like to think so.